Okay, let's talk about SJWDC. This is what truly has me worried about this. This is what I fear maybe the beginning of SJWDC, although we saw some of that in Black Lightning, but third tier character. Okay, let's watch.
In Action Comics 1000, and we sat down with him to chat about joining the family.
You know, we've been talking over the years, over many years actually. Offers have been made, and you know, things I was doing at Marvel and other places weren't done yet. I hadn't felt like I had accomplished what I set out to accomplish there.
Okay, he wasn't willing to go to DC because he hadn't accomplished in Marvel what he wanted to accomplish, what he set out to accomplish. Now I wonder what that is ruining Iron Man, maybe, because Miles was great as long as they kept him in the Ultimate Universe, and even if they brought it to the 616, it could have been great had they give him his own identity, but they didn't. So, and Jessica.
So we told them it would take a lot to turn our head, and they came at us with meaningful partnership. They really said to us, not only do we want you to come here and do Superman, but we want you to curate an imprint for us, and also bring all of your creator-owned stuff, your new stuff, your older stuff, and bring it here, and let's make it your home. And it was such a lovely offer that I had to accept it. And on top of that, I had felt like I had climbed the mountain at Marvel, that I had done what I set out to accomplish. I had put new characters in, and they were doing well, and Jessica had her show, and Miles had a movie, and all right, mountain climb. And this mountain, DC mountain, was scary as hell, and all these.
Okay, so again, they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. He felt like he had done in Marvel what he was trying to do. I hope he's lying and being polite, because I still believe that many of the things we see in Marvel are top to bottom, so maybe they made him do certain things. Now let's continue.
Characters and what they mean and what they represent to people. It was a completely new creative challenge, and when you are faced with new creative challenges that scare the hell out of you, you have to do them. So
okay, he's talking about doing Superman. He's saying he's scared as hell about doing Superman. Sorry. So, and as a creator, he feels that when a project scares him, he has to do that project because it scares him. Okay, that if he feels scared, then he feels that he has to take the project on.
I am here because I'm terrified. One of the most difficult things about writing Superman, but one of the challenges that made me want to do it, is he represents something very pure to a lot of people, and it's not something where everyone looks at Superman and they have a different interpretation, though people all feel the same way about Superman. And living up to that ideal as a writer is pretty substantial. So that.
Okay, so he's talking about how people see Superman, and that as a writer he feels that he has to live up to the perception, to the way people see and feel Superman, and that he has to honor that.
That's a big one. Number two is being additive, is and I said from the get-go, I want to put new things. I want to build Metropolis. I want to build the world around him. So what he's fighting for is as spectacular and attractive as Gotham is to Batman.
Okay, we haven't seen the part of the covers for the miniseries he's going to do. He's telling that he wants to make Metropolis as unique and as to be a character, just like Gotham is in the Batman books. Okay, he wants to add to it. Okay, I don't think anybody has too much of a problem up to here.
And so all these writers and artists have done amazing work on Metropolis, but there's more to be done. There's whole pockets of Metropolis that can be built into stuff. So we're going to be dealing with that right away. So in the very first issues of my Superman run, you're going to be introduced to quite a few new characters, both on the good side and the bad side. So new villains, new supporting characters, new David Planet staff members. You know, they only have 4 staff members, so we're going to fill it up full of all.
Okay, what did I do? Okay, he's wrong. There's more than 4 supporting characters. We all know it. Most don't show that often. Maybe that's what he's referring to. I don't know. Let's see if I can find the part where I was stupid.
With that right away. So in the very first issues, Barry and Jimmy to interact with. But that's again the hardest part and the best part, because if you do it right, that's the best part. Think about this: truth, justice, and the American way.
Okay, pay attention to what he's about to say. Okay, listen closely.
The hardest part and the best part, because if you do it right, that's the best part. Think about this: truth, justice, and the American way. These are 3 ideals that Superman has had his entire life.
Did you get it?
Of people for Clark, Lois, and John, and Perry, and Jimmy to interact with. But that's again the hardest part and the best part, because if you do it right, that's the best part. Think about this: truth, justice, and the American way. These are 3 ideals that Superman has had his entire life. Almost they sound like cliches, but in this world we live in today, the world we're in right now.
Are you getting this? Truth, justice, and the American way in relation with Superman. And then he says, in this world we're living today. That's the
ideals that Superman has had his entire life. Almost they sound like cliches, but in this world we live in today, the world we're in right now, truth is under siege.
yes, by leftists. Mr. Bendis, it's under siege by leftists and the extreme right, but mainly by leftists that sadly are the ones in power, so the more dangerous ones.
It is being debated as an ideal. Justice, we see every day on YouTube that it is not for everybody.
Exactly, it's not for everybody. When 3 black teenagers kidnap a white boy that has mental issues and torture him for hours live on Facebook while telling him that they hate white people, blah blah blah, that's not a hate crime. So no, you're not wrong. Justice is not for everybody. Sadly, I don't think you know really what side is the side that's being mistreated here, and this has me worried.
All right, and that is something that needs to be addressed and dealt with. The American dream, the American way, that people can come here and live free. This is also
That people can come here to the United States and live free. Yes, there's a process to migrate there legally, and that's how it should be. If you don't have control over who goes to your country, you're going to have problems. Again, another point that makes me worry about what he's going to do with Superman. Okay, this is worrisome.
under siege. These ideas are not cliche anymore. They are things that they need to be fought for.
They never were cliches, Mr. Bendis. Never. Only people on the left ever thought that those were cliches. Everybody else didn't.
They need people to fight for them.
Yes, there's a lot of people fighting for that right now. I'm afraid you would call us Nazis. Even I, a Mexican, living in Mexico City, because I don't agree with you. I'm afraid you will say I am a Nazi, part of the alt-right that seems to have anything from Jews, Mexicans, black people, Asians, Muslims, even ex-Muslims, yeah, believers and non-believers, people on the left even are being called that because they don't agree with the extreme left. But let's see.
And if that's what Superman stands for, then that's what he stands for. We will dive in. But I think
Sorry. So if that's what Superman stands for, that's what he stands for, and he will dive in. How is the question? How are you going to do it? How are you going to deal with these issues? Because in the past, in the recent past, there has been some controversy about certain stuff that was in Superman books, but it was done in such a way that it wasn't preachy. It wasn't beating anybody. It wasn't saying if you're a Republican you're a bad person. If you're not on the extreme left you're a bad person. It was an issue presented, and you could draw your conclusions. And I, even though I am against illegal immigration to my country and to yours, I said, what did you want it to happen? You wanted Superman to watch while someone killed illegals? You're not supposed to kill them, you're supposed to deport them. And Superman has never allowed a murder to take place if he could do anything to prevent it. So what would be different here? But how are you going to deal with these issues, Mr. Bendis? This is what has me worried. I'm really hoping you're not going to make me drop the book.
an audience picking up a Superman comic today is going to look at the idea of truth, justice, the American way completely different than
Truth, justice, don't change, Mr. Bendis. Don't change. Truth is truth. Justice is justice. If you change it, then it isn't truth and it is injustice. The American way, so far as I know, it hasn't changed in what, 400 years?
People did 10, 20, 30 years ago, and that's
No, I don't think so. I'm old enough to know. People, sane people, see truth as truth, justice as justice. Insane people say that lies are truth and that injustice is justice. Which side are you, Mr. Bendis?
not to say that books will be this giant political thing. It's not.
You better not, because you will see how fast we drop the book if you do that. And I mean it. I don't care if you agree with my politics that are not the Republican politics, because I'm not a Christian. But if you start making propaganda, I'm going to drop the book like that. Okay? Like this, I'm going to drop the book. And I love the character.
It's just the ideas of our society are delicate, and they.
The ideas of our society, the ideas or ideals? What did you say?
Political thing. It's not. It's just the ideas of our society are delicate, and they need to be talked about and fought for, and that's what Superman represents.
The ideals need to be taught and fought, and that's what Superman represents. Oh, you're not doing it any easier, Mr. Bendis. I wish I could, really, I wish I could tell all the people hearing this that they are not hearing what they are hearing, but I think they are hearing what they are hearing. I wish I could say they are seeing ghosts, but I'm afraid not.
To me,
To you, Mr. Bendis, yes, to you. But Superman, it's not your toy. Superman is a cultural icon, and you have to treat it as such. It doesn't really belong to you. It doesn't really even belong to DC, but in the legal sense. Okay? Culture belongs to the people, and Superman belongs to the world, not only to the USA. Superman belongs to us Mexicans, and to European people, and to the people in Africa, and to the people in Asia. Superman belongs to the world. It's not your toy. It's not something for you to do as you please. If you want to do what you did in oh God, I am only hoping you're not going to pull a ready on us, please. I really hope. Okay, before I start swearing, that's all. Tell me what you think in the comments, and see you soon.